Can you guys see me? Can you hear me? All right. Go ahead and let people start filing in. It is 7:42 where I live. East Coast, it's 9:42. Doing kind of a later show tonight. Yeah. If you guys, as you guys are filing in, I'm gonna put this over here. Let me know how many sales you guys had today in the chat. All right, guys. Yeah, welcome in. People are already starting to get in here. So let me know in the chat how many sales you guys had today, if you'd like to. No worries if you don't want to disclose that information. It's all good. I was out thrifting all day today in Las Vegas. Met up with Carrie, American Arbitrage. It was a good time. Found a lot of really good stuff. Got some good sports cards and stuff on that too. So that was really fun. Went to the bins, went to a ton of thrift stores, and all in all, it was a good day. I have been so during quarter four of last year and quarter one of this year, I was averaging 24 sales per day. It's been a rough summer. I'm not complaining because I know that I've still had some decent sales. But during the summer, I was averaging 13 per day for the last 90 days. So I've seen my numbers just start to keep slowly going down. But now, yesterday, we had 19 sales, and today I'm at 17 on the day, and the day is still pretty young. So should get about 19 or 20 again today, which is good. Hoping to get that up back into the 20s every single day for the rest of the year. And then, yeah, things are going good. I'm not sure if you guys really care, but content is starting to go pretty well. eBay sales are going well. I think what I'm going to do is I have 2,700 active items with a draft bank of 250 items. So if I launched all my items today, I would be really close to 3,000. But I think I'm actually going to start scaling things down to a 2,000 item store. So that way I can make even more quality content, be in that range where a ton of other people are, and show you guys because I've been doing a lot of going back and forth about how I want my store and what I want to do for my businesses and things like that. And if you would have asked me where I was going with my eBay store 6 months ago, I would have said I'm going to grind my way to 10,000 active items and try to sell over 100 items per day. But now I think I want a 2,000 item store selling between 15 and 20 a day. And so I'm going to be focusing on higher sell-through rate items and trying to have a 1% sell-through rate at 2,000 items would be awesome. Listing 20 and selling 20. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. Looks like you guys are having some sales are starting to pick up a little bit, subsiding, things like that. If you guys would like to let me know in the chat how many sales you guys have. And then if you guys have any questions about eBay, about reselling, about business in general, if you guys have questions about my personal life, anything going on, I'm a bit bummed right now because my wife is in Texas right now playing Division I soccer, and her game was supposed to be on ESPN, and it was pulled down, and it's not even being streamed at all anywhere. All I can find is live stats, which is pretty disappointing, but that's okay. Looks like they're currently winning 1-0. So that's good. But yeah, anyway, if you guys have any questions about eBay, business, my life in general, anything like that, go ahead and put them in the chat and we will get to them. Shagun, how's it going? Nice to see you here. 1 Foot Flipper in the house. If you guys haven't checked out I'm a Resell It or 1 Foot Flipper yet, you guys definitely should go check out their channels. Looks like Danielle's got 1 sale today. That's what I'm talking about. 1 Foot Flipper's got 5. Colton with the 0. No worries, man. Keep building every single day. We got 3 sales over here. also have the card account, but that doesn't count. How many sales did you get today on the card account? Let me grab my cards that I got today. Carrie and I, we went to 702 Card Shop in Los Angeles. I got this. This is a kind of a no-name baseball player. Nothing against him, just no one really knows him. But it's numbered to 10. They only made 10 of these cards. It's called the Gold. This was only $1. Should be able to get about $15 or $20 for it. Got this right here. This is numbered to 49. UFC cards actually do really well. That was $2. That one should sell for about 30. Then we just got this right here. I don't know if you guys really care, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards. I spent $15 on these 11 cards. And I think revenue 40, 60, 67, 75, 80, 84, 92, 95, 102, 113, and about $120. So I spent 15, do $120 here, and then minus fees, minus shipping, minus cost of goods. I probably made about $80 here, and had a ton of fun. Shot a little video with Carrie, did all this stuff, so it was pretty fun. 2 sales today, not bad. Keep it up. Sold 4 today. 4 is a solid number. That's awesome. First sale ever 4 days ago. Hey, nice. Let's get that second one. I've only been selling on eBay for 37 days and sold 8 items. 2 of them were yesterday. I'm just a part-time seller. That's awesome. Yeah. 37 days in, you've already had a multiple sales day. So that's awesome. Keep that up. Just keep building, getting it more and more and more every single day. And you're going to love this. You're going to love this job. I love it. Mr. J, you the bomb. Hey, thank you so much. J Ride, sup, man? Glad to catch you live. Yeah, I'm trying to do a variety of lives, some in the morning, some at midday, some at night, just so we can get a bigger demographic of people that can't always make them. Did you explain to Carrie the profit numbers on those $1.49 shipped cards? I tried, but it never worked. Yeah, me and Carrie were actually joking about that a lot today. It's a funny joke. I mean, you actually can make a little bit of profit, but yeah, not too high. Also, I opened a mega box of basketball cards. Sorry if you guys don't like sports cards. I know this is an eBay Q&A, but I got a Mosaic Evan Mobley. Mosaic is a really hard card to come by. If this was of a top rookie, like if this was Paulo Banchero, this would be a $700 card that I pulled out randomly. But because it's just a second-year veteran, Evan Mobley, it'll probably go for like $25. And I got some nice Luka, Kevin Durant, and LaMelo Ball. So wasn't a bad box. If you guys are ever interested in cards, you can check out my J-Ride Rips channel. Sold 17 cards today. That's what I'm talking about, 1 foot flipper. How important is HS codes in shipping out products on eBay? HS codes? Ruby, I'm not sure what HS codes are. Did you mean QR codes? If you could rephrase that, or maybe I'm just completely off and I have no idea what it is. I no longer feed my card account, but it still clears about $500 a month after all expenses. Yeah, cards are sweet. I really, really enjoy selling cards. I'm going down to about 2,000 items in my eBay store, but honestly, it might get to 5,000 or 6,000 just because I love listing and selling cards so much. So who knows? But yeah, if you guys have any questions about eBay, about reselling, about business, you guys are a lot quieter tonight, so we might be wrapping this up very quickly because there's no questions in the chat. But if you guys would like to ask me anything about eBay, business related, anything, if you guys just want to chat and hang out about anything, I'm willing to answer any and all questions. But you guys are real quiet tonight. I wish I liked sport cards because game cards are in the toilet right now. Honestly, sports cards are kind of in the toilet as well, especially compared to what they were 2 years ago. So like this Genesis card, it doesn't matter who it was. If I would have pulled this 2 years ago, it would be up in the hundreds for sure. Some of these cards that I got today would definitely be going for in the 40s, 50s, even hundreds. But yeah, sports cards are still, I think, doing better than like Yu-Gi-Oh. Magic always seems to do pretty all right. Harmonized system traffic codes. I don't know what that means, but if you're talking about tracking, it's very important. People definitely want their tracking. If you just do all of your shipping through eBay, you're going to be good to go and you're not going to have any problems. If you do it outside of eBay, you're actually going to pay way more and you're going to have way less protections. So just print everything through eBay, and you're gonna be good to go. Do you cross list? I do not. So I have my 2,700 item store. It is all on eBay. It's not cross listed to any other platforms, but I will be cross listing my clothing items to Poshmark. And then I just got accepted into the Whatnot Ambassador program. If anyone has never used Whatnot and you guys want to start using Whatnot, I've got a link in the description below to get $15 credit toward your first purchase. But yeah, I don't cross list to other platforms currently, but I'm most likely going to start on Poshmark. Yabba dabba doo. Sales have not picked up for Q4 yet, sadly. So most people that I talk to actually don't see an increase in Q4 sales until about October 15th or 20th. So some people still aren't seeing that increase yet, but depending on your items, it's coming. And we should definitely be looking for high sell-through rate items. And any item that has a high sell-through rate typically has a higher sell-through rate during Q4. I have 77 listings, 19 sold. I have a lot more items to list, but should I wait until I sell more? Does the ratio of listings to sales matter? I've only been selling for about 2 months. So welcome to reselling and welcome to YouTube. People will talk blue in the face and debate the answers surrounding this question. What I truly believe is if you list items with high quality items with fast sell-through rates, eBay will find the customers that want to buy those. So if you list 20 items and like, for example, this, so I have a ping golf club. I have a ping golf club. I'm going to look up this exact club and tell you what the sell-through rate is. Ping G10, a 7-iron. Okay, so if I list this club individually, there's 174 listed and there's 84 sold. So that's an okay sell-through rate. If I listed 20 similar items every single day, that would be really good. I would probably start selling 5 or 6 a day very quickly, and then like 7 or 8, and then up to 9 or 10. But if I was listing 20 small pony Polo Ralph Lauren shirts where there's 90,000 listed and only 26,000 sold, even if you're listing 20 a day every single day, day in and day out, you're probably only going to get 2 or 3 sales a day just because that has such a slow sell-through rate. So honestly, the number of listings is important, but the biggest factor is the sell-through rate. So if you have items that have a fast sell-through rate, get them listed and they will start to sell. I would recommend listing the same amount of items per day, not because it helps the algorithm, but because it will help you as a business owner or side hustler or hobbyist, whatever you are. Consistency wins every single time. So if you can become ultra consistent, you're just going to get more sales, not because of the algorithm, but because you yourself are being consistent and you're just putting in the work in every day. So in your situation with a ton of stuff to list, if I was in your situation, you have 77 listed, let's say you have like 50 more to list. If you can continue to get more items to list, then I would consistently list like 5 a day and then 7 or 8 a day until you're getting a ton of sales, and then just keep incrementally going up. But if you have 50 and you're not going to be able to get 50 again for another month or so, then I would have my listings be lower, if that makes sense. I didn't feel like that was the best answer I've ever given. Sorry about that. At what point is reselling is investing in an expensive thermal printer a good idea to save money or ink? So I did the good old QR code, and I would go to the post office and I'd wait in line and then have them scan and then put the label on my package. That's when I was doing 1 or 2 a day, and then I started to do like 3 or 4 a day, and then I started to do 5 or 6 a day, and then it started to become like, okay, this is pretty time consuming, and that's when I pulled the trigger on my Rollo. I have the wired Rollo printer, so I did it once I was getting 5 or 6 sales a day consistently. But that's kind of up to you in your business. You don't need to invest a ton of money in your eBay business to get it off the ground or to make money in it. So it just kind of depends on when it becomes worth it to you. It became worth it to me at 5 or 6 sales a day. If you're only selling 3 or 4 a week, not worth it in my opinion. But if you're getting consistent sales every single day, that's when you can really start to make it worth it. Is Lego worth selling? It depends on the sell-through rate. Everything is worth selling if it has a fast sell-through rate, and everything is not worth selling if it has a slow sell-through rate. So that's kind of the wrong question, Freddie. The better question to ask is what has a fast sell-through rate? And the way to answer that is to watch YouTube videos, look things up when you're in the thrift store. Keep looking things up because there's a lot of Legos that sell for $2 and there's a lot of Legos that sell for $2,000. And there are some Legos that sell for $80 that have a sell-through rate that like a 7-day sell-through rate. And there's some Legos that sell for $80 that have a 540-day sell-through rate. So you just have it does like, are Legos worth selling? I don't know. Each individual Lego or Lego set or Lego piece, you have to look up and find that data to understand if it's worth selling. Because if you ask me, are basketball cards worth selling? This one's worth selling on eBay, but this one isn't. And neither is this one, but this one is. And it all just comes down to the sell-through rates and the prices that you can get and the prices that you can buy them for and sell them for. What are you go to when you're looking for cameras and remote lots? I'm looking for fast sell-through cameras and remotes. And there are a ton of Sony remotes that sell for $2 free shipping, and there are a ton of Sony remotes that sell for $25 plus shipping, $50 plus shipping, $100 plus shipping. There's a lot of Canon cameras that sell for $6 free shipping. There's a lot of Canon cameras that sell for $60 plus shipping. So you really just like, it's not the answer that you want to hear, but you have to individually look up a ton of model numbers. So like if I see a picture, I blow it up. And then I have a lot of model numbers memorized and I know what I'm looking for now because I've been doing it for long enough. But when I see a picture of a lot, I blow it up and then I look up individually all the model numbers and then I decide from there whether the lot is worth buying or not. I have a question about YouTube. I'm trying to start one. Do you use a GoPro when you are sourcing? So I shoot a lot of videos like this on my phone, just walking by and sourcing. I was sourcing all day in Las Vegas today. And that's how I shot today's video, was just on my phone like that. And then I also do have a GoPro. I think it's the Hero 7 that I put on my chest for yard sales and sometimes thrift stores. When you wear a GoPro in thrift stores, sometimes employees and managers feel a little uncomfortable. And I do not want to get asked to leave my thrift store ever because it's really good. So I don't wear a GoPro. I've only worn a GoPro in my local thrift store once, and I could tell that the employees were feeling pretty weird about it. So I'm not going to do that again. So that way I never get invited to leave. But yeah, I use a GoPro when I'm out at garage sales and stuff. And then also you can just record with your phone. Do you do anything with Pokemon cards? I love selling Pokemon. So I sell like Pokemon plushes. I've never actually really found Pokemon cards in the wild. And when I do, it's just loose energy cards and basic base cards. But yeah, if I found Charizards or Blastoise or some Pikachus and stuff like that, I would definitely sell them. I just haven't come across them yet. I think you could definitely snipe cards off of eBay and resell them off of eBay, but I don't know enough about Pokemon. I could probably name, because I watched Pokemon growing up as a kid, but I was never super into it like my brother was. But I could probably name like 30 Pokemon. But with some research, obviously you can sell anything, as you know. I'm a little nervous about listing cards because I don't want to misrepresent condition. All right, so I wouldn't put near mint unless you just barely pulled it out of a pack. So I just opened this box. Okay, I opened this box. So I'll do a demonstration, okay? Real quick. We're talking a lot about cards. I hope that's okay for you guys. It's definitely okay for me. I love cards. But, okay, see this? Let's say you open it, going through the cards, and you're like, oh, sweet, this D'Anthony Melton isn't worth a ton of money, okay? But this D'Anthony Melton's worth selling on eBay. So I'm going to immediately put it into a penny sleeve. And then I'm going to immediately put it in a top loader. Boom. This you can comfortably grade as mint or near mint. Okay. Anything else you really should put as excellent at best. So here's a ton of cards. These are all base cards. Okay. These have kind of been shuffled around a little bit together. They're all still in amazing condition, but because they didn't go from pack to sleeve to top loader, the best condition, even though there's no flaws on it whatsoever, it's still in really good shape, I would still list this as excellent instead of near mint because it didn't go straight from the pack to a top loader, if that makes sense. And then if there is even one flaw, then it's below excellent. Then it would go to very good. So I hope that helped a little bit. And you don't have to be super, honestly, you can just put excellent for almost every single one of your cards and you'll be completely fine because people in the hobby understand. And right underneath excellent, it says card has visible flaws at excellent. So people understand that. Have you heard anything about eBay getting sued and also Amazon by the IRS? Yeah, both. I mean, so they're both billion-dollar companies. I think Apple gets sued once every 39 seconds. Amazon, same thing. eBay, same thing. The Pentagon, the government defense systems and cabinetry, they got audited. They get audited every 5 years, and they fail their audit every single 5 years. But like it's the government, so they just like, oh, it's okay, you tried. But if you fail on your $600 1099 form, that's a different story. But yeah, eBay and Amazon probably get sued by the IRS like every 2 or 3 years. That's just going to keep happening over and over and over again. And a lot of people just like kind of hype it up. But yeah, like just expect these major companies to get audited by the IRS almost every three or 4 or 5 years. These companies always go through it. Apple just went through it again like 2 years ago. They'll probably go through it again in 2 years from now as well. My dog would like to go outside. It's nighttime, so it's going to be very terrible lighting. Let's see if we can flip on a few of these lights. Want to go outside, puppy? Scout, you're a fan favorite. Say hi. Guys, did you know that today is Scout's Gotcha Day? We got Scout today 3 years ago. And she's been such a good puppy. We've loved her so much. She's awesome. Oh, and also, I got 1 million views on my first TikTok. So my cute wife put that up for me. She's awesome. Got an awesome wife and an awesome dog. Woohoo, caught a live stream. I just switched all of my listings to 1 day handling time to get top rated plus. Is it worth it? Yes, it is worth it. So you get 10% off all of your fees. So it doesn't bring it from 13% to 3%. It doesn't work that way, but it's 10% off of your final fees. So without the top rated, if your fees were $10, now with top rated, they're only going to be $9, which doesn't sound like a lot, but especially if you are top rated plus, now it's 20%, and 20% off times $3 million worth of transactions. That's a ton and a ton of money to be saving. So definitely worth it. IDKY, but my eBay store's been down a lot. Yeah, keep watching YouTube videos. It happens. That's what happens when you own your own business. Some days you make 500, some days you lose 500. It really sucks. I know. I'm empathetic to that situation for sure. You just got to keep hustling and keep grinding. How long do you sleep? I usually go to sleep. I get in bed at like 10:30, but I don't fall asleep until about 1, and then I get up at 5:45. Usually. Sometimes I get up at 6:30. I've been doing that more lately because I've been a little sick, a little stressed. So I guess if I'm going to sleep on average at 1 and waking up on average, we'll say 6, I'm sleeping about 5 hours a night. Magic has been down about a year and a half now, although the upcoming Doctor Who set is super short print. So it's going nuts in pre-sale. Yeah, I don't know a ton about Magic and Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, but I know that Magic is like has the lowest floor and the highest ceiling. Come on, Scout. Quit barking at other dogs. Come on, stinker. Yeah, I know that like Magic has some crazy cards, but I know that the average Magic card is close to worthless. So yeah, there's that. Amber's got 3 sales today. Nice. Is everyone sales down right now, or is it just me? If you ask that question, you're going to find at least one person that says yes. And then if you ask the opposite question, you're going to find at least one person that says yes. So what you got to do is really look at the nuts and bolts of your business. And really, for some people, this is really harsh. And I understand why some people would take this harsh. But if you blame yourself for everything and just realize I am in charge of the money that I make in the business that I run, even if other things that you can't control are affecting your business, if you just take responsibility for everything and then just sit down and figure it out, you can always find a way to get more sales. So it's tough, Colton. I'm with you. But you just got to keep learning every single day, keep growing. There's nothing wrong. Like stocks, they go up and then they go down and then they go up and down and up. But hopefully they're going up over time, right? That's what you got to do with your business. You should never really judge your business day by day. You really shouldn't even judge it month by month. You should do it year over year. That's how businesses usually run. But it's really hard to emotionally do that. But just keep hanging in there, Colton. You're doing good, man. Seems like some eBay sellers on YouTube state they are having issues with the eBay platform and glitches. Are any of you? Yeah, again, that's a thing widely talked about here on YouTube. I've shared some experiences outside of eBay where I've experienced glitches in my forms of work, and there's just always workarounds, and you can always make money. No one will ever stop me from being successful is the way that I look at it. That rubs a lot of people the wrong way, and I'm sorry if that offends people, but no one will ever stop me from being successful. Not eBay, not the government, not anyone in my life. Like I'm just if eBay doesn't work, Jake Ryder's still gonna work, So I don't know how severe the glitches are on eBay. I'm a stockholder for eBay, and when you go to the quarterly reports, they don't mention eBay glitches. A lot of people that are experiencing these glitches tend to seem to be in categories that just aren't selling through very fast. Discretionary spending. That's kind of a bigger word. I didn't know what discretionary was until I started investing. There are wants and there are needs, right? So needs are eggs and milk and rent, and wants are basketball cards and sunglasses. And the majority of people sell wants. They sell, just things that you can find at a garage sale that aren't really made anymore. And so those are discretionary items, and discretionary sales are going down every single month in the economy here in the United States and globally. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse with no end in sight. People are spending less money on cars. They're spending less money on vacations. They're spending less money on sunglasses and basketball cards and iPhones and everything. And they're focusing more of their money they're even spending less money on coffee. Because coffee is even considered a discretionary consumable because you don't need it. Some people need it. Some people are addicted to it. But all of that is going down. And I believe that has to do with some of these glitches that people are talking about. I found a DVD recorder that had no listings or solds on eBay. What to do in that situation? In my business, I wouldn't buy it. That tells me no one's interested in that item. Some people think, oh, I just found a rare DVD recorder. I think you just found a DVD recorder that doesn't really have any demand. So I personally would pass on that. My Christmas ornaments have not started selling at all yet, but it will be 20 a day at peak. Yeah, got to understand those cycles. I had 2 sales. My sales have dropped in the past 2 weeks, ultra low. Keep on trucking along. Keep on listing quality items. Oh man. Keep listing subwoofers. We just sold guys, I know that sometimes I say like controversial things or things that offend people, and I know that it's just part of what I do. And I really hate that. I really hate offending people, and the whole point of this YouTube channel is to help people and to help you make more money than you ever have and spend more time with your family than you ever have. And so everything that I do, I really actually do from a good place, trying to help you guys. A lot of people have told me they hate it when I talk about my live sales, but a lot of people have told me that it's like encouraging and stuff. So I'll just show you this sell, guys. This happened 5 minutes ago. We sold a subwoofer for $127 plus like $60 in shipping, so it ended up being $200. So I think that's sell 18 or 19 of the day, and a pretty good sell. So yeah, sometimes you just gotta diversify. That's a $200 subwoofer, and I'm pretty sure my next sell will be a $3.99 card. But it all boils down to my $40 average sales price. Let's see, did I skip a question? Do you include an invoice or packing slips in your orders when shipping? I do not. I don't include anything like that. And I also don't do thank you cards or anything like that. Yeah, I just I ship them out with quality supplies as fast as I can. I have shown an increase of 73.8% last 31 days. That's awesome. However, I did not do much illness in life. Yeah, that happens. It's more important to take care of your health. Health is wealth. But yeah, that's awesome that you're experiencing so much growth. Keep that up. That's what I'm talking about. Packing slip increases your costs and adds no revenue, and people just crumble up and throw it away. Explain how to set up sales in store, please. I wanted to do a different percentage off on different items and not sure how. Yeah, so you go to eBay and you go to My Seller Hub. Once you're in your Seller Hub, you're going to click on the Marketing tab, which is the 4th one over from Overview. Okay, then in that drop-down menu, you're going to select Promotions. When you're in Promotions, you're going to go to the far right, and there's a Create a Promotion button in blue. You can scroll through these options. There's an order discount, shipping discount, volume pricing, coupon, or sale event plus markdown. Well, I only use sale event plus markdown, which means I just give a certain percentage off an individual item and I do it across many items. So if you do order discount of 20%, we'll say, that means your customers can buy one or multiple items and then right before checking out. So if they see this basketball card for $20, then they put it in their cart, they purchase it, and then if you have a 10% order discount, they put in that code and then it takes off $2 right before purchase. What I do though is I just do sale event plus markdown and I do a 20% sale and then I select like 2 to 500 items and I just put all 500 of them 20% off. That's how I do it. And I hope that made sense. I can explain that again if I need to. What's the best way to ship bigger items like VCRs or stereos? Tons of bubble wrap, throw it in a box, and make sure it doesn't shake or move. So here's a little Blu-ray player. I'm going to put even more bubble wrap on this, and then I'm going to put it in this box, and then I'm going to seal it. Okay? Hear this? You hear it moving in there? That's going to break for sure. So what I need to do is either cut down this box or add more bubble wrap so that way it is firmly against the walls of the box. And then once that is good to go, hear that? Can't hear it moving anymore? Then you're good to ship it. So tons of bubble wrap, and then make sure that it is not freely moving in the box. If it is freely moving in the box, especially if it weighs over 9 pounds, no chance it's getting there safely. No chance. And I want to show you guys something. This is how the average UPS or USPS worker takes care of your boxes, okay? This is your box. You just sold this Husky thing right here, right? They put it in this box. There's the loading truck. That's how they take care of your items. So every time I package an item, I throw it on the ground. Like I literally throw it on the ground. If I do not feel comfortable throwing my package on the ground, it is not ready to ship because it will absolutely break. So definitely make sure. And what's even worse is they just threw your Husky thing right there, right? Then they take a bigger box that weighs 70 pounds, and then they chuck that thing on it too. So definitely make sure that all of your packages are definitely wrapped and taken care of. Hi, can you speak on your personal experiences with buyer returns through eBay this year? Do returns hurt seller account? So my current return rate is, I think it's like 4.5%. I've had a few more returns than usual this week. Yep, 4.5%. It's 4.55% are my returns. Again, and we're gonna speak a little brutally honest here, okay? Returns are part of business. They are very emotional and very hard to get over. But if you can't handle returns, you probably shouldn't do this job. Returns suck. There's no way around it, but it is just part of business. 4% of my items get returned, and I do a lot of electronics and things like that. I think my return rate is pretty dang low. A lot of people that I talk to that sell similar items to me are up in the 8, 9, 10, even 11% return rate, which is pretty nuts. But they are part of business, and you just have to absorb them into your cost. So I have probably, I don't know, like if you were to get, like sometimes people let an $80 return stop them from selling thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on eBay. It sucks. The $80 return sucks. There's no way around it. And sometimes you send out a working item and they send you back a broken one. And that sucks. Now you're completely out that money, but you're still only out $80 and you can still make tens of thousands of dollars this month. So there's no way around it. They suck, but you just gotta factor them into business. Bill Turner became a member of the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for that, Bill. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the answer. Of course, I will be able to source more. I'm going to aim to list 5 every day consistently for now. That's what I'm talking about. Blaming the eBay glitches is a classic excuse made by sellers with bad prices. That Quigley Down Under DVD isn't selling because you have two price market. Oh, it sounds like you're calling out someone specifically there, Paige. I'm not sure who you're talking about, but yeah, no. Again, I'm empathetic to everyone's individual situations. I understand that business is super hard. I understand that things change, and we as humans don't want to, even when things are changing around us, and it's just something that we have to adapt to. Like adapt or die is literally. Yeah, it's funny. Me and Carrie were talking about this today. Adapt or die. You adapt or you die, and unfortunately, a lot of people stopped reselling this summer. This summer put a lot of resellers out of work. It's kind of sad, but yeah, there will always be glitches. There will always be slow sales. There will always be a rumor of a war in China. There will always be rumors that the housing market is going to crash. There's always going to be rumors of this and that. There's always millions of excuses of why you don't have sales. And there's always millions of excuses of why you could have them. So make excuses of getting sales, not getting them. Mad love, J-Ride. Keep it up. Learned so much from you so far. Much more to come. Refusing to buy right now. Working through some piles. That's what I'm talking about. I might have an issue with buying. Hey, honestly, that's very mature of you as a business owner. A lot of people won't admit that. So very awesome to see you saying that. Sounds like you're going to do really well in this, Nick. What's up, Chris? How you doing? I shoot everything on GoPro, last year's model. Yeah, the GoPro is a great camera. People are too busy looking at my prosthetic leg or wheelchair to even notice the camera most of the times. 4 sales today. That's what I'm talking about. I sell on Poshmark and Mercari, but can't make any traction on eBay. Yeah, some people have been telling me about that issue as well. Pokemon cards priced like sports cars and not like game cards. It is all about the popularity of the character and the rarity, while other game cards are about how good the card is in the game. Yeah, with like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff, cards that have more hit points sell for more than less than hit points. But then with like Pokemon, just whatever character is hot sells for more. You go into boss. Yeah, I was actually talking today about it. Like I'm gonna go. My wife has soccer, so that's hard to work around. So I want to be there for all of her soccer, but I think I'll be able to make it to like the free gatherings, like the night crawler or whatever. I think I should be at that for sure. And then TBD on the whole event itself. Congrats on 11K, by the way. Hey, thanks, man. I saw so many cards go pack to sleeve to top loader to grading and come back 8s when I worked at the car store. Yeah. I'm just talking specifically about the 4 grading systems for eBay. If you just go straight, yeah. But there's some. Oh, hi, Scout. Scout's underneath the desk. Yeah, no, I've seen a lot, dude. I've seen a lot of really good condition cards have low grades, and I've seen some pretty bad condition cards go for high grades. Yeah, there's some corruption in the grading system for sure sometimes too. Thanks for explaining. Hey, of course. Just sold a pair of South Pole jeans for $80, bought for $9.99 at Savers. That's what I'm talking about. I passed on a South Pole shirt today. But when it comes to jeans, and especially the jean shorts, yeah, South Pole's a great brand to pick up. Have you noticed late tracking and lost packages with USPS Ground Advantage? I've experienced that my whole selling career. That's why I have a 2-day handling time. So I'm top rated, but I'm not top rated plus, because my post office sucks, and that's something that I can't control. So I just put a 2-day handling time as a buffer. So now I only have, because of that little buffer, I only have 0.46% late shipment rate. But when I have same day shipping or next day shipping, because my post office doesn't scan things and doesn't ship things out, I would always fall from top rated seller. So I fixed that issue myself by just extending my handling times that way, because there's just no convincing your post office to get better. You just can't do that. Also, congrats on 11K. I remember the old days of early summer when we had the same number of subs. Yep. No, you'll catch me, man. You'll catch me. Don't worry. Do you remove the lenses when you sell glasses just for frames? Nope. I list them as frames only, which tells them that they will need to provide their own lenses. But yeah, I send them with the lenses in, and then they just pop them out and put their own lenses in. Master Maniac, I was just thinking, where have you been, man? It's good to see you. It was a great revalue podcast yesterday. Thank you, Jay. It was just what I needed. Sales are picking up here too, but I have one question. ¿Cómo está mi amigo? Mucho tiempo que no hablamos. Yeah, dude, it's been a while. I was wondering where you were. Glad to see you here. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Missed you. When you say you look a product up, is that on Terapeak or regular eBay and mark filters like sold? Yep, second one. So I look it up on eBay, and then I mark 2 sold filters and see what's popping. So, for example, this was a dope find. I paid up a little bit for this one. This was $25. So the way I look this up is I look for a model number, which is usually on the back, sometimes on the front. So this is the Jensen AWM 970. So I go into eBay and I search Jensen AWM 970. Okay. Only one result has shown up, and it's for this knob. Okay. None of these are currently listed. This is where things get exciting. You go to sold, and there are 7 sold. So this has an incredibly fast sell-through rate. With usually the second that it goes up on eBay, it sells immediately. All of them have been bids, and they're selling between $80 and $150. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to list this for $200 by it now, and it might sell immediately. It might sit for a minute, or someone might send me an offer for around the 120, 140 mark, which the last ones have sold. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's how I look up items. I'll do one more quick example. This is the Olympus Super Zoom 3000. So I would go to not YouTube. I go to eBay and I type in Olympus Super Zoom 3000. There are currently 132 listed, and there are currently 43 sold. So this is going to be a bit slower of a sell-through unless I price it aggressively. And it looks like they're selling between $25 and $40. So if I list this for $25, it should sell within about, I'd imagine, 2 months. And then if I list it at like $40, it would probably take 5 months to sell. So that's how I look up items. Let's see, having some conversations in the chat. The Iconic Addict had 2 sales today. Brant had 0. Keep it up, man. Just keep working. They'll come. They'll come. That listing glitch when it says there was an error. Yeah, so that pops up too from time to time. I've had that happen like 2 times in the last year where it says this is on us. Sorry, someone is asking a question about a camera that I already sent out. See, there it is, my post office. They say, says, hey man, why haven't you shipped this out yet? And I said, I shipped it yesterday. My post office just sucks. Let's see. Hey, fellow Utah reseller here. So I'm talking about you in Northern Utah. Can you do store reviews? No, unfortunately, I don't do store reviews because my dog wants to go outside again. So store reviews, I have learned, doesn't help anyone. And let me explain why. The same people ask every single reseller in all these lives for a store review, and then they never make any changes. So it's kind of like the saying, if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. If you teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. And so I don't do store reviews because people never actually learn from them. What I do is I just give as much free content as possible on YouTube. And if you take the time to actually figure out how to improve your eBay store, and it might not even be through my channel, I might not even know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of other people here on YouTube that are even smarter than me. I recommend consuming hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of eBay content on YouTube. That's what I recommend doing to everyone, which a lot of you guys are doing right now, which is awesome. So I just don't think that store reviews actually help anyone, unfortunately. And so I just don't do them for that reason. Hey, all, sorry, I got a promo at my day job, and my reselling journey has been put on hold. How's it going? Hey, good for you. Yeah, no, getting a promotion at your day job is definitely awesome. Something to write home to mom about. So hopefully it goes good for you. Having some conversations. Jared Flips, you might have a straight approach some wouldn't like, but in my case, I don't need to get spoiled. I need good business input, and you deliver over and out. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I order from Walmart and save money on what I used to buy in person, free packing materials and boxes. Yep. Yeah, and that's another thing that people go to battle with me on sometimes. I get all of my packing materials from dumpsters. I get my boxes from dumpsters. I buy bubble wrap off of eBay. And then I have a partnership with GyroPack to get free poly mailers and bubble mailers. If you guys are in need of poly mailers or bubble mailers, link below. Appreciate that. But yeah, I get all of my packing materials for free out of dumpsters. No big deal. How many listings do you have? Do you still list from your draft bank? Yeah, I have 2,700 active items, and right now my draft bank has 234 items in it. And I sourced all day today. It would have 245, but I didn't do any listings today because I spent my whole day in Vegas, and then my mom did like 14 listings for clothing or something like that. So, but yeah, it'll be back up to 245 by the end of tomorrow, and I'll have around 2,700 listings. Well, let's see. I started today, I think, with 2,700 exactly. Yeah, I think I had like 2,703 or 2,702, something like that. So yeah, I have 2,700 active items and a draft bank, a nearly full draft bank of 231 or something. Jared Flips, I bought a set of Black & Decker tools real cheap at a garage sale. Should I sell the tools individually or as a set? Thanks. Just depends on what you want to do for your business. I actually part out everything. So I sell tool only. I think you're asking between, like, there's 2 tools with 2 batteries, right? I would even take it a step further and sell tool only and then a battery. So I would make 4 listings. I would make 2 tool only listings, and then I would sell 2 batteries individually as well. Or you can just sell the tool and battery together in one. But yeah, I would sell each tool individually. Just depends on what you want to do for your business. Both are great options. Do you have any cards worth grading? Yeah, so I have a PC personal collection. I've got a few Luka rookies, a few LeBron James memorabilia cards. I have a couple signed Kobe cards. I've got a ton of good stuff, and I got a ton of graded stuff too. That may one day be my kryptonite. I don't know. I'm really nervous. I'm a really simple guy. I don't like to have a lot of things. I really love, if you guys have never read this book, read The Millionaire Next Door. That is my goal in life. I want to be the millionaire next door, which essentially is just someone who works really hard, isn't flashy, and then you go to a barbecue, like a neighborhood barbecue, and someone's like, "Hey man, did you know the writers are millionaires?" And they're like, "What? Millionaire?" Like, I knew like they were doing good, but millionaires, like, yeah, dude, he's worth like $25 million. He's just like not flashy about it. He just works really hard and drives like like a $15,000 car. I'm like, wow, that's nuts. That's my goal. The only thing standing away in that is 2 years ago, I spent like $9,000 on basketball cards. So I need to be careful. Need to be careful. You should never spend $9,000 on basketball cards, ladies and gentlemen. Retiring from the military soon. Plan on going full time. While in the military, I made $90K gross part time. Now stockpiling inventory. I live in San Diego. Items are plentiful. San Diego, especially for electronics. Man, those freaking flea markets in San Diego, man. I've been one time. Holy cow, dude. Like, I really like, and it would also make an awesome video. I've considered taking $10,000. There's like 3 of them in like Temecula, San Diego, that area. There's like 3 really good ones. And I may do a video one day of just dropping 10 grand at flea markets, because the flea markets are so good. They're so good. Expanding my handling time actually helped my eBay business. Yeah, it helped mine too. So yeah, I recommend it, especially if you have if you have a good if you have a good post office and you have the means to ship things out every single day. I would do 1 day handling time. But if your post office sucks like mine does, or you don't have the means of shipping every single day, there is nothing wrong with extended handling time. Man, it looks like I'm crying now. Sorry guys, I got a little bit of allergies. Do you see a big difference in above average seller to top rated? Yes, I am about to hit top rated on the 22nd, hoping to have an interesting November. Yeah, absolutely. Get to top rated as soon as you can. And then don't judge your business day by day, week by week, month by month. But the statistical data is there. If you are a top rated seller, you will perform better on eBay than an above average seller. So get to top rated as soon as you can. I had a crazy holy grail find, a Nintendo Power Glove in a sales rep case. I paid well for it, but then got paid well for it. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, vintage Nintendo is always great. So good find on you. Good find. I've been selling on eBay for years from the very beginning. Other sellers have been saying eBay is dead. I'm glad I didn't listen to them. Yep. This is an industry thing. Okay. I made a ton of money in door-to-door sales. I would knock doors and I would convince people to sign up for solar or pest control or alarm systems, right? Every single year I hear the exact same thing. It's saturated. It's dead. Not. Health insurance makes more millionaires every single year than any other industry. Okay? If you want the easiest path to be a millionaire, sell health insurance. Sell life insurance, sorry. And health insurance too. The easiest way to make $1 million is to sell health insurance. And everyone will tell you it's saturated and dead. It's not. It's the number 1 millionaire producing job in the world. Everyone will tell you everything is saturated and dead. Remember that for the rest of your life, okay? And I'm not trying to clown on the people that have bad experience, that are having slow sales and are having a tough time. eBay is not dead. Amazon is not dead. Whatnot is not dead. Cisco's dead. Yeah, don't invest in Cisco. Cisco's dying. But like, I don't know. If anything is worthwhile, there are going to be people that are really good at it, and there's going to be people that suck at it. And if you suck at it, you're going to say it's dead. That's just the way it is. I only sold 2 items today, but my sales have been increasing. That's what I'm talking about. It's what we need every day. Thanks for all the information and making me realize I can do this. You definitely can, Bill. We all can. Okay? It's not dead. Keep trugging along. I saw in your garage sale video you bought some freeze-dried Skittles. They are so good, Ella. Yeah, I like them. I actually have them right here. I bought 2 packages of these. Got through the first package. So loud, sorry. I have trouble getting high-valued items in volume. Yep. I get good electronics every so often, but not nearly as often as I get media and smaller ASP items. Yep. Yeah. So that is the problem in my business as well. I know how to make $1 million on eBay. It's really easy. You just buy 10,000 used AirPod Pro cases, just the case. You don't even need the headphones in them. Just buy 10,000 of those and sell them for $48 plus shipping each, and you'll make $1 million. But you can't find 10,000 of those. So yeah, definitely hard. So if that, like, that's the name of the game, is just finding more and more and more higher quality items. But that's very hard. And if that was very easy, then we would all be millionaires. So I understand what you're saying, for sure. That's the hardest part of this job. That's why I will soon be moving to a place where I can get even more high quality electronics and things like that. But right now where I live, I'm kind of bottlenecked to I could do 25 items a day every single day, but my profit margin would go down. And then at 30, it would go down. But if I move to a different location, I would be able to do 30 a day with my margin going up. But that is definitely the name of the game, is finding high valued items in volume. If you can figure that out, you'll be a millionaire. Easy. But that's the hardest part. What are the best things to sell ahead of Christmas? Anything that sells right now will be selling better in Christmas. Toys. Anything that so like, just what do you get your kids for Christmas? What do you get your spouse for Christmas? What do people get you for Christmas? That will be selling better. Listen, learn, and put to practice. Got to do it. Hey, Jake. How's it going, John? Thanks for being here. Followed your advice to promote at 2%. Sales increased dramatically. Thank you. Yeah, 2%, man. Like, I know it's emotionally hard for people to give even more money to eBay, and people definitely don't like it when I say this, but I think that eBay should charge us more for fees. They do over $1 billion a day in Google Ads. Not a billion, sorry, $1 million. They do over $1 million a day in Google Ads. They have a seamless website that they have built and have manufactured and have curated and keep up and going every single day. They have an in-house payment processing machine that takes care of all transactions for us, and they don't even charge us an additional 3.5% like Visa or PayPal would. They bake it into the new fees. That's why fees go up consistently over time, is because of things like that. They also have thousands of employees. If we were to build our own Shopify account, run Google and Facebook ads to get people to our items, have an in-house payment processing machine, and just have the name that the culture that eBay has created, we would lose money for decades and then break even right before we die. So yeah, giving eBay an extra 2%. If you're selling an item for $40, you're giving them an extra 80 cents, and you're probably going to sell 3 extra items every single day. Sign me up. Do you buy things on eBay to resell as well? Yep, I have a video on that if you'd like to check it out, where I teach you guys how to do that. I think it's called The Best Way to Buy Items on eBay, something like that. Do you ask permission to get boxes from dumpsters, or do they just never say anything? They just never say anything. Just go to the dumpsters and pick them out. Would you still recommend the majority of businesses have a dumpster, and then they have like a cardboard dumpster that's like specifically for cardboard boxes. Those are the ones that I look for, and I just go to the cardboard only boxes and take the cardboard only dumpster. Would you still recommend listing one item every day for a smaller part-time seller, or is listing only one single item not enough to influence the algorithm and just list when I source? Honestly, like, it's a wash. Like, it really is. Like, I talked about it in my podcast on Wednesday. Like, people focus too much on the algorithm and not on the customer. Like, your customers just want the items, you know? So when you get the items, if you're not getting a ton, then I would just list them when you get them. Do you take pictures first or draft your listings first? I do both at the same time. So I'm going to list this card live for you guys. Okay. I'm literally gonna put it on my eBay account. You ready? I just take my phone and I type in this guy's name. He's got a weird one because he's from a different country. Okay, bear with me here. Okay. I don't know how to say this guy's name, but it's like Spetsby Spivak. It's numbered to 49. Okay. There's his card right there. It's listed for $40 right there, which is above asking. So I filtered a sold. Okay, his card, this exact card has sold 3 times. Okay. So I'm going to click on it. There you go. The listing looks great. So I'm going to scroll down to sell one like this. Okay. Sell one like this. Boom. All that is taken care of for me. I'm going to take a picture of the front. I'm going to take a picture of the back. Oops, sorry. Picture of the front. Picture of the back. This is numbered, so it's special. So I'm going to take a close-up picture of the number. Different angle. Different angle. Done. Now, the only thing I'm going to change in this listing is this is numbered 28 out of 49. So I'm going to change that. Okay. Item specifics condition is ungraded. Excellent condition. I'm going to scroll down to price. It's suggesting I do $13.80 because of the research that I just did. I am going to list this one for $24.87. I'm going to select my shipping policy up to 8 ounces, $4.87. List your item. Boom. Now, normally, your listing is live. Normally, I would hit save for later because I use a draft bank. But yeah, I just use my phone to do my listings. I did that very slowly. On my phone, taking 5 photos per listing, I could probably do 40 card listings in 1 hour. And then just from that random bucket over there of my random items, I do 25 per hour, all from my phone. That's how I do listings. So no like transferring photos through a wire or airdropping or doing it on the desktop or whatever. I just do all of my listings. I do 20 listings in 45 minutes every morning before most of you guys wake up. And then I'm off to do sourcing and do content and play golf and watch basketball and stuff. Let's see. Guess what, good people? Becoming a member here creates actually a lot of value. The member only revalue podcast is going into the deep, and there wasn't a single one I couldn't take away from something. Hey, thanks, man. For those of you interested, I try to give as much free, awesome value as I can every single YouTube video. And then I also have a members only podcast. You can sign up for the podcast at any level of membership below. And yeah, it gets you access to the podcast. It's really just like supporting me of the content that I give for free. The podcast goes in depth a little more, but I eventually give all the information on the podcast for free on videos. But it's just kind of like a way to support the channel. And I really enjoy doing the podcast, so it's a lot of fun. What players were you buying with 9K? LOL. All PC. I bought a ton of John Morant, a ton of Giannis, a ton of Luka. Donovan Mitchell was still on the Jazz, so I bought a ton of Donovan Mitchell. And yeah, I just bought a ton of $6 cards, $80 cards, $40 cards. I just lay in bed at night at 1 a.m. and buy a ton of basketball cards. I posted 3 pairs of shoes on Poshmark just to see what happened, but I can't even see if they get views. I don't know a ton about Poshmark, unfortunately, so I can't really help you there. Sometimes I have 10 sales in a day, then others 0 or 3, then 5 every day. So random to me. Yeah, that's just a business in general. So like sometimes Target gets 80 million foot traffic in one city, and then they'll only get 20 million foot traffic the next day, and then they'll get like 45 million the next day. And they're one of the most streamlined companies in the world. On my pest control business, sometimes people would just be calling off the hook. like, hey, can I get some pest control done? And then I wouldn't get anything the next day via phone call. So yeah, that's just part of being a business owner. I aspire to be like Jay Ride, one of my top flippers in 2023. Hey, I really appreciate that, Josh. I suck at accepting compliments, so thank you for saying that. But you'll be much better than me, Josh. Keep it up. Just destroyed a vintage Timex Indigo trying to replace the battery. Those watches, man, gotta be careful. Oof, I wish my recent experiences echoed your headline. Well, keep working hard, Steve. You got this, man. That's where I get my boxes as well. Yeah, dumpsters are the best. I sold 27 so far today. Been seeing an uptick in Q4. That's what I'm talking about, man. Keep that up. Yeah, 27 in one day is awesome. That's awesome. On average, how long does an item stay listed for before I need to change the price or relist? Also, what's the best printer for labels for the price? I really like the Rollo wired printer. That right there. Can you see that? That one. If you use my Amazon link, it should be in there. The wired one is like, I think 150, and then the wireless one is 250. But also Dymo is great. There's a bunch of really good ones. And then the first question, that's just kind of up to you and your business and the sales velocity that you want. What I do is I'm now doing so you guys know that I want to be the most valuable eBay reselling YouTube content creator out there. It's my absolute goal. And so I run experiments all the time. So what I was doing was I would do 15% off after 60 days, and then I would do another 5% every 30 days after that. But now what I'm doing is I am delisting and relisting every 60 days as an experiment to see if there's a correlation with more sales or less sales. So what I've been doing recently is I have about 3,000 items in my shop. And so I relist the 50 longest standing items every single day. And I usually drop them around 20% each time I relist them. But you just got to do what's best for your business. I do recommend my first model of markdown sales every 30 or 60 or 90 days, whatever you're comfortable with in your business. How do you promote for 2%? I do not have a store, and they just asked me if I want to promote. I did that, and they took 10%. It was not disclosed. They just take it if they want. Yeah, so you probably did crap, what's that word? Geez Louise, what's the word? You probably did dynamic. You probably did the dynamic rate ad, which just automatically assigns for you depending on your competition in the category. But you can just set it to a flat rate across all of your items. I'm currently promoting all of my items at 2.6%. And you can just Google how to do that. I also think that with fees, there comes responsibilities for us who pay for eBay. So there is a fair chance they will act in our interest. Also, it's the biggest marketplace worldwide. So yeah, the fees are fair. What's up, Ronald? How you doing, man? When you promote at 2%, when you promote, is the 2% of the final amount you make? So it's 2% off of the total sales price. So if you sell something for $47 shipped, then it's going to do 2% off of $47. In addition to the 9 to 13%, depending on your category. What's your most sold item, like cameras, remotes, or clothes? Let's see. Over the last 30 days, my number one selling category is actually, wow, this is the first time this has ever happened. In the last 31 days, my highest grossing category is men's casual button-down shirts. I've been doing aggressive sales on those. I have a ton of shirts listed for like $25 or $30, and I've just been selling them for like $18, sometimes even $13, because I just want to get rid of a ton of them. My second core category, it's usually my first, is digital cameras. My third category, usually my second, remote controls. My fourth category, this is weird again, polo shirts, just getting rid of those. Yeah, so yeah. Let's look over this year though. This year, my number one selling category are digital cameras, number two, remote controls, number three, DVD and Blu-ray DVD players, number four, subwoofers, number five, men's sunglasses. My lady just grabbed some boxes from Dollar Tree today. Yep, that's where I get the most of them, amongst an unnecessary amount of candy. That's funny. I'm a part-time reseller. What are your recommendations to make best use of my time at night and weekends? Night and weekends, weekends, I would definitely source as hard as you can. Nighttime, honestly, is when I would do more research and listing. So if you can list your items at night, you can do that. But also, I would just be watching a ton of content on YouTube at nights. I think people underestimate like the power of knowledge, and then once you have the knowledge, I think people underestimate the power of remembrance. Like sometimes I'll just like get in a groove, and then I'll watch the Bearded Thrift Machine. I'm like, oh, Craftsman wrenches sell for good money. I need to remember to pick those up, you know? Or I don't know. I feel like sometimes a lot of people they think they know everything. Not everything, but I think they view themselves as an expert in something, but then they like forget. They forget about a certain method or a certain sourcing route or a certain item. And so I would focus on learning as much as you can. Scouty, do you want to play? Huh? You got your donut? Yeah. Scott's going hard. Let's see. Do you ever buy liquidation pallets that are a gamble? No, I don't. So I definitely recommend people buying items one at a time. A lot of times you'll buy a pallet for $700. You'll put 55 hours of work into it. You'll gross 900. After everything's said and done, you'll only make about $68. And then if you have 2 returns, it's a wash. If you have 3 returns, you lose money. So I definitely don't recommend pallets. But some people do very, very, very well in pallets. So I don't recommend pallets for beginners. If you want to try it out, there's always good in trying things out. But it's definitely a lot tougher than buying things one by one. Have you ever considered selling elsewhere other than eBay, or does eBay do enough for you? eBay does plenty for me, but I'm going to start selling on Whatnot because I just barely became an ambassador. And so I'm going to start selling these bad boys, sports cards. Guys, this is really cool. I know I talked about it earlier, but this is a gold card. Only 10 of them made, and I got it for $1. $1, man. It's wild. Janet, thank you so much. Thanks so much for becoming a member of the channel. I really appreciate that. Should I fill up my draft bank before I list? I want a full draft bank, but I also want 1,000 listings. I only have 360 right now. I would find a sweet spot. I recommend having 7 days of draft bank. So if you're listing 5 a day, then 35 drafts is enough. I honestly, I think you should have 100 items minimum in your draft bank. Doesn't really matter how many you're listing per day, unless it's only like 1 or 2, then just have like 35 or 40. But if you're listing multiple per day, I would have at least 100 drafts. And then a full draft bank is really nice security. But even with my lifestyle, I do a ton of traveling and hanging out and doing cool stuff. And I've never seen my draft bank. The last time I saw my draft bank get below 100 was last Christmas. And I don't think it's even going to get below 100 this Christmas. So work-life balance is preferred. But yeah, I would just find like a sweet spot. Maybe for you it's 100, maybe it's 150, maybe it's the full 250. I don't know. I started doing experiments too. I posted 3 $5 video games as a bundle, then 5 video games, then 10. Don't have enough data to say anything definitively. Yeah, experiments are important. We also have to understand that like for experiments to be truly like actually dependable, they should be span out across thousands of repetitions and thousands of experimentees. But personal anecdote, there's something to say for that as well. So experiments are definitely good. I purchased a huge collection of unopened vintage Star Trek action figures and have no idea how to price it. Any ideas on tackling it? Yeah, look up each individual. If it's sealed in the box, it's going to have one of these bad boys. Barcode. Go to eBay. Go to eBay and type in search. And then you see this little camera right here. Click on that camera. And then you can scan this barcode. And then boom, it shows you all the listed Mosaic mega boxes. And then you can filter to sold. You can say, oh, 25 of these have sold for around $40 to $50. Cool. That's what I'm going to list mine at. You can do the same thing with your vintage figures. I want to buy something off eBay to resell. I haven't been successful sourcing on eBay. I watch you do it all the time on your videos. Yeah, it's really hard to learn. And I say that humbly because I know that I'm pretty decent at it. And I don't want to come across as arrogant, but it is very difficult. And a lot of times I will online source for 10 hours a week and only pull out 7 items. So it is very difficult, but it's worth it in your downtime. If I become a JRide member, can I listen to your podcast? Yeah. At any membership, you can listen to the podcast. I just scanned the barcode on eBay. Yep. Okay. Sweet. That's what we were just talking about. Glad I found your channel. Thanks. Hey, appreciate you, Scott. Thanks for being here. How should I go about hiring someone who can ship and clean items I source? I find that I don't have enough time to ship and rather source more to make more money. Okay. First of all, you're on the right track. When you hire someone, don't the thing that makes you the most money is sourcing. You have to list your items and ship your items to actually make the money. But if you can get better and better at sourcing, your business model will become much more scalable and profitable. So definitely stick to sourcing, and then hiring people to clean items and ship them. That's what I do. Luckily, I just have family members and extended family members and high school friends and stuff. So what I did is I just put an Instagram on my Instagram story. I said, hey guys, I'm looking for someone to do an e-commerce job with me. I pay $13 an hour. You're just going to clean random items and ship the items out. A few people reached out to me. You can also do that on Indeed, things like that as well. If it comes to packing material, I did follow one of your suggestions, and now I have a grocery and shoe store which supply me with free, and they're happy about it. Yep. Yeah, definitely getting boxes out of the dumpsters is goated, but you can pay for them if you'd like to as well. You guys can run your business however you'd like to. Yep, I've done it. I hate them. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah. Let's see. Cheap almost didn't do it. Seemed almost not real. Hey, what's up? What's wrong, puppy? Let's see. Can you type in your store name? Yeah, it's just 21 JRide. 21 JRide. My sales are down the last 2 weeks. Yeah, a few people are experiencing that coming into quarter four. Just keep working hard every day. Keep getting better every single day. What is the most amount of drafts you can have in your draft bank? On the phone, it's 250. On your desktop, you can do thousands, but I've heard a lot of people lose photos and things like that, and it just turns into a nightmare. I've actually seen it get a bit glitchy at about 250 for me, so I actually never go over 245. You guys ready to feed my dog with me? I already fed her, but she gets like this when she's a little extra hungry, so we're going to give her an extra half scoop of food. Are you hungry, puppy dog? Come on. I'll give you some more food. There you go. Hungry? Okay. So yeah, on mobile it's 250. It gets a little glitchy for me at that point, so I just stay at 245. What's the policy on listing an item that says not for individual resell? It depends on if the company wants to enforce it or not. So like it says that on little Heinz ketchup packets from Burger King, but people actually resell those all the time. So it just matters if the company actually wants to give you what's called a Vero or not. What's your process and system for having a shipper and cleaner? I have a couple employees. One comes in at about 10 o'clock every morning, and I just drop off everything that I source, and I drop it into this bucket. Then they clean it here on this work desk. Then they put it in that bucket, and then I clean it. And then I list it. And I list it right there. And then once I list it, I store it all in here. And this is organized chaos. I have it all labeled and organized. And so then when things sell, my employees are able to grab it and ship it at that same table where they clean it all. How do you go on pricing items? Do you use the average price on Terapeak? And last, what would you lowest sell through price? So I type into eBay the item, and then I go to filter solds. So I'll do this again as an example. Right here we've got an Olympus voice recorder. I can't believe people still use these, but I guess they do. So this is an Olympus Pearl Quarter S700. So Olympus, I type into eBay Olympus Pearl Quarter S700. Okay. And I see that 35 of them are listed. Okay. Then I go to filter right here. Click on filter. Scroll down to sold. Okay. So there was 35 listed. Now there are 9 sold, and I'm seeing that these are selling between about $15 and $22 plus shipping. So I would list this at I would probably list this for $19.87 plus shipping. So I go to solds on eBay, and then I price accordingly. Just joined the live. Did you get a chance to discuss when you plan on switching the consistency quality of items you load to eBay? No, I haven't yet. I'm still deciding whether I'm going to do that or not. I actually, sourcing has been pretty good lately with yard sales, with my yard sale season just beginning. And then I just went to Vegas today and I got like 180 items in one day. So I'm probably going to be pretty consistent for a while longer, and then run the experiments a little later. But I'll keep you guys updated on that. When you send your drafts to be archived, like for each, do you roll out the entire day's amount at one time or spread it out? No, definitely don't spread them out. Just launch them all at the same time. Literally no effect whatsoever. Just like all at the same time. Just let them all fly for sure. What cleaning brand products do you use? LA is totally awesome from Dollar Tree. This is $1.25. I've got like, if you guys can see, there's, oh, this is kind of hard. Right there. There's like 10 more bottles right there. $1.25 works great. What would be the best way to contact you? I came across a Facebook post on a guy selling a lot of electronics, like a lot, about 15 to 30 receivers, many speakers. I can't get it all. Thought you might want to see if you could buy them from him in bulk. I'm just going back slowly once a week and helping him go through boxes of stuff. Not sure if you're interested or not. If it's if it's receivers, having them shipped to me, there's not a deal that makes sense for both of us. But if you ever want to contact me, just jrighflips@gmail.com. Email is the best way to contact me. How do you get top rated seller? You do a really good job on eBay, and you have a 1-day handling time or sooner with minimal defects and minimal late shipment rates. My wife and I thank you for the boost on encouragement in your videos. Thanks for all you do. Hey, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for that, man. Sweet. Well, we've been going for exactly an hour and a half. I think this is a good time to end. We've come to an end of questions. I really appreciate everyone coming out. I feel like the first 15 or 20 minutes of this video wasn't the greatest, and that's my fault. Apologize for that. I don't feel like I was on top of my game, but I feel like it got a little better as the video went on. So I appreciate everybody sticking with me and coming out to these. Really appreciate all you guys do for me and my family. I'm going to hang out with my puppy, and then hopefully my wife will be calling me soon about the game. So love you guys. Thanks for coming out. You guys have a great night.